months I take this one now. Was now the same table. You can see my table, same table. Yeah. Then it was now. It was now.
It's no comparison.
Normal human being now.
No, maybe not. Yeah. So that's when he said it's like a normal life now.
Yeah.
In most time we just forget any of eating. It's not
From monkey to human being.
from monkey for human being. Okay. So this is a case to show. Thank you for that. Yeah. To indicate for even so severe skin problem, we can still successfully treat. And most time I just use needles. In the first month, very tiny bit, less than half dose of the herbs. Less than half dose.
And would that be typical with, if you have other patients with skin conditions? Because
Yes.
I have heard it said that
Yes.
for dermatology,
Yes.
that you actually need to increase the dose. And would that be typical of you that you use the smaller dose?
This is something like a discussion between the patient with me.
Yeah.
Because it was so severe skin eczema. At the beginning, I was not so confident say how long or how successful I can treat. Because so many years, from childhood, and before he came to see us, to me, he said a really severe condition with 3 years. 3 years, no any improvement. So I was, at that moment, I was not so confident if only antibiotic needles successful. So I asked him about it. At the beginning, he was a little bit not happy about this, but after some discussion, etc., he accepted. And also I mentioned, okay, at least half dose of the herbs. He accepted, but only 1 month with the herbal powder. Yeah, that's it. And then the rest of the whole year, only needles, only needles. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
he used only the herbal medicine for 1 month.
Just 1 month, first month, and with half dose. That's half dose. 1 month. Yeah. The rest of the year. The patient is still with me. Something about once a year. Obviously once a year. Once a month. Or sometimes, occasionally, once 2 weeks or 3 weeks with me. Yeah. To continue. Because during his life, he never had this skin in his life of 31 years. Never.
I think the first beginning your treatment
Yes.
is that in moving. I mean, sometimes it's better, sometimes it gets worse.
Yes, it is true. But the general principle is better. But on the trend, something like this, sometimes even a little bit higher because of some personal life problem or something like that. But
Or diet?
or diet. Yeah, or diet. So he mentioned he very careful with diet. Something like weekend drink
Yeah.
or some reason, something like that, party, etc. Slightly up and down. But the general trend like this, often like this. Down almost stable. But occasionally, as he mentioned, slightly itchy somewhere. So that's the reason I encourage him to keep this frequency once every couple of weeks. He's very keen as well. He said, in my life, I never had this skin. So I'm keen to continue with this treatment. Yeah.
You think it has to stay once a month? You don't think it will?
Once every 2 months or 3 months.
Yes.
I have many patients.
Yes.
After this treatment, then every once a month, once 2 months, once 3 months.
Yeah.
I have some patients just come to see me every 3 months.
Yes.
I have sometimes even more. Just this repeat. And also for me to monitor. They come to see me to have discussion about situation, etc., etc. Some patients with me several years, like this. Yeah, once 3 months, you come to see me.
Was there any sign of liver tissue damage?
Of course, from traditionally, just some signs of deficiency, anxiety, sleep disorder, etc., etc. Yeah.
Then in your herb selection, why did you not use anything for the soothing the liver?
Yes. Good question. Why? Are you?
I'm the student.
Yeah. Of course, for the emotion problems, anxiety, stress, sleep disorder, etc. From traditionally, of course, most we say from the heart shen problem, liver stagnation, etc. But from my understanding, for this patient, it's not the majority of heart and liver. It's already go deep to the brain. So I use some points for liver 3, etc., liver back soup, but majority on the brain, on the two methods. That's my opinion. Okay, this is the case you can see for skin. So for this, we say brain, Huang Jing, the brain theory, and Huang Jing about the Dao Qi technique, and the Dumet theory can be used in widely range of clinical conditions, including, as I mentioned, the brain itself, such as we say the psychological conditions, emotional problem, stress, depression, anxiety, bipolar, etc. We call this psychological condition, and neurological conditions, including stroke, Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's, or some other related this neurological condition. Neurological condition could be central neurological from brain, could be spinal nerve conditions, including we mentioned some of the neurological tinnitus, etc. And then some of the conditions we call the brain-related conditions. Looks like not directly with brain, such as skin, or some of the psychological conditions, or the gynecological conditions, female problems. But now, hopefully, after today's, we reviewed about the Huang Jing theory. We review about the Huang Jing Dumet distribution from internal genitals, go out to the external genitals, etc. You can see, Dumet points not only for the back pain. It can treat so many conditions. Brain directly and not directly, but related to brain, such as male-female problems. From the brain theory and from the Dumet distribution. This, I hope, by today's lecture, we can slightly open our mind to think about in the future how to practice the brain.
The length of time you let these needles, same 15, 20 minutes or less?
Yes, normally about 20 minutes. I use my treatment for normally maximum 30 minutes. Something between 20 to 30 minutes with my treatment.
Except the Dumet 16, do you ask them for all the Dumet points, the sensation?
No. Even Dumet 16 to the Dao Qi technique, only once several weeks. For normally just the normal technique, just face down for normal depths of the Dumet points. Yes. Okay, I think yes. Now we move on. Some review. We have about 2 minutes for review and questions. Yes. Okay. For today's face-to-face lecture, it's not a seminar or not some workshop. It's some partly of our postgraduate study, whatever master or PhD study about Huang Jing. About this study, as I mentioned, is not a bachelor degree or diploma. We should think about some deep understanding of brain theory. This deep understanding, including already delivered by, we say, the Dr. Yu Mei, on the understanding as a general Huang Jing. But today, this opportunity with face-to-face lecture, I don't think it's valuable to repeat the preview lectures, etc. I try to share a specific area which is my personal research and published papers. Not only because it's published, it's not only myself, it's for public. Everybody can read my paper, can follow this process, can learn from it. So I'd like to share this unique area for everybody for your study. You can, if you are interested, you can make your further study on this area in a specific area of Huang Jing, but unfortunately they were not commonly accepted or commonly developed on the area. Hopefully, give us this. And there's the Huang Jing brain theory. As we mentioned the whole day in the early morning, brain was one of the major Zangfu organs in Huang Jing time. And also, it was an argument, even from Huang Jing. As Huang mentioned, I have asked the physician. Some take it as a Zang, some take it as a Fu, etc., etc. Yes, and there are several chapters mentioned about Huang Jing. Some chapters mentioned, but just in some sentence, not a systemly involved. Whatever from their theories talk, whatever from their the manual, or their connection with the head is the house of spring, etc., etc. There are several chapters in Huang Jing mentioned about the brain, about the head, about the shen, etc. But unfortunately, as I said, it was not developed in 1,500 years until 15 later. The Li Shizhen, he started a new understanding or developing. He mentioned that brain is the house of Yuanshen. Although he did not develop the more deep or clinical practice, but he made this a new idea. Give us brain is still there. We teach them we have brain. Then move on for later stage in China, particularly 20 years ago. There are several areas have developed on brain theory. One typical area in China was originally from Tianjun. The Tianjun University of Chinese Medicine, the first affiliate hospital, Professor Shi Xuanming, we call it 醒老开窍. The awake the brain and open the orifice, or open the shen. Yeah, they use acupuncture needles to treat the stroke. Yeah. And then another several research area, including Nanjing. My supervisor, Professor Wang, she's still there. She is one of the professor in research on the brain theory. We use, I'm the PhD student with her, we use the brain theory, we use the Dumai. Mostly we use Dumai to treating the emotional depression and some of other neurological conditions, perhaps Parkinson, etc. And but some reason, she or my colleague did not make it, publish or clear. Dumai is the chain of brain, or even the brain theory. Not make it, because in China the system, it's not so easy to break the rule. Because on the typical TCM, the 5 Zangfu organs, the 5 elements, 5 Zangfu organs, extruding organs, they are all published already on all the textbooks. It's not so easy to accept about this. But now I'm in West. I'm free to publish my thoughts. Thank you for that. My thoughts, and I'm happy they are accepted by several journals, whatever from Chinese medicine or the Tianjun, etc. Yeah, in the Western countries. And I have also delivered lots of workshops, seminars, and conference talk, etc. Every year I got lots of conference talk, mostly on this area. I try to make public or practitioners understand this is a new development in TCM based on Huang theory, and it could be very practical, not a theory, not a pure theory. It's a practical related theory. We can easily to practice in our day-to-day life. You can practice tomorrow in your clinic for some patients. Yeah, to my point is exactly. As I mentioned, the Dumai and the brain, the publish about the brain, to emphasize the function of the Dumai and how to use these Dumai points, which points are commonly used, and the technique of the brain as well. And also I mentioned about Dao Qi technique, This is the most commonly used technique. I use